Residents in the close-knit community from Wellington, Oxley, Cypress and Combermere streets have all been affected by the fire. When the smoke cleared, 6 houses were destroyed, 3 suffered major damage and 7 were slightly damaged. Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs Kirk Humphrey says his ministry is committed to pay 4 months' rent up front to those who agree to provide housing for those displaced. He says government has a pool of people they will go to in such cases through his ministry's resilience and retention program. But he says they need more permanent solutions that are readily available.
We were paying 3 months' rent up front. We're prepared to pay 4 months' rent up front and to commit to paying the rents on time. But the reality is that these occasions depend on other Barbadians stepping up to be able to help.
An emotional member of Parliament for the city, Minister Corey Lane, tells CBC News there's a serious issue with providing housing solutions to Barbadians in these situations.
And that is why the Ministry of Housing, Government of Barbados, is working on the housing revolution that we've spoken about. Because in the past, there were a number of houses, I believe it's 4, in every housing area that actually was supposed to be reserved for situations just as these. But because of the crunch that we've had on housing over the last 30 years, a lot of those units are no longer available.
Meanwhile, Ted Joseph, a resident in Cypress Street for over 20 years, said he had just taken a shower when the back part of the house he shares with his 17-year-old son ignited.
My house was like my whole life work. My children raised up there and everything, and to lose part of it like that is a real hurtful thing to me. As well as the neighbors, I mean the neighbors was more affected than me.
Acting Fire Chief Henderson Patrick has expressed sadness over the circumstances surrounding the fire and the number of displaced people.
The area that we're in is a city area. The housing population, as we can appreciate, is very significant. Houses are very close, and to be able to contain the fire in this area, in the space that we were able to do, it was very significant.
The acting chief has also reminded residents to be mindful about parking along the roadways to allow emergency vehicles to gain access in cases of emergencies. 21 officers with fire tenders from Bridgetown, Bridgetown Port, and Archhall fire stations responded to the blaze. Rachelle Agard, CBC News.